Hi, my name is Jocelyn Peck, and this is an overview of the progress that I have made during my Education 578 class at the University of San Diego. This class focuses on incorporating technology into your classrooms and creating a greater presence online to help support your educational pedagogy. My big goal in this classroom was to gain resources that would help me be a more hands-on task-based teacher because I do want to make my learning of mathematics more authentic for my students. I think this blog post really illustrates that, the why do we learn math? I want this question to be clear to my students. I want them to know when they are going to use it in real life, or maybe in some situations that they won't. I've used this blog to post, things that I've noticed that could help support this sort of thing. So like you see in this post, I visited the Museum of Mathematics in New York City, and I got a chance to reflect on what I saw on this post to kind of share with other teachers and get feedback on what I've seen and advice on how I can incorporate this into my classroom. This blog and incorporating this into my classroom kind of reached its apex at one point when I reached out to one of my classmates, my former classmates, who is now an engineer, to come talk to my students through a Google Hangout about, what makes math authentic for him, why he thinks that it's a valuable subject. And it was amazing to see the engagement of my students just blow up because I was incorporating technology, and they loved the idea of, talking with somebody who was really in a field that used this material they were learning about. Another thing that I've really come to appreciate is Twitter. Before this class, I thought Twitter was this obnoxious mess of information that nobody actually knew what was going on, and it was just a place for teenagers to complain about life and celebrities to post pictures of themselves and something like that. But I've been amazed to find how many great math teachers are on Twitter. This is one of my favorites, William Enemy. He has a blog on which he posts a lot of different hands-on activities you can do with your students to really develop their mathematical thinking. And just in general, I at this point am following 130 people, most of which are mathematics teachers who are, like me, looking for some way of supporting hands-on learning in their classroom. As I have started following blogs that I found on Twitter, I found the Feedly app available on Google Chrome to be really helpful. Since Google Reader is getting phased out by Google, I started looking around for other filters, and Feedly offers a really good option. The app will collect all of the different blog posts from the blogs you're following, as well as follow Twitter feeds, so it works a little bit like TweetDeck as well. And I like that it has both of those features, and that I can look at these links here and go directly to the links from the tweets, as well as the blog posts from the following section that I have. I've as with respect to bookmarking, I've started using Diigo a little bit. My hashtags throughout the year or throughout the semester have gotten much better. I've gotten really proud about how good I've gotten at tagging my items, but even more than Diigo, looking at YouTube. I've always loved YouTube, but I have now started saving videos and making playlists that my students can go to get extra help on certain material or just learn cool things about math. This all kind of comes together on a Facebook group that I made for my students. I'm going to try and make it so you can only see things I've posted to protect their identities. But I will go through and post videos that connect to the material we are going to go over in class. And the students have really loved this experience. I've also made QR codes. These little Google links come with extra QR codes that my students have printed on their homework assignments that they can scan with their smartphones and then look at when they are working on their assignments, which they've all really liked. These same links are also posted to a class Twitter account, and on which most of my students were tweeting, so I decided to use that as well. But this is just kind of a brief overview of everything I've learned. It's been a great experience.